I'll quickly start today's session. And first of all, I would like to welcome our expert for the evening, Dr. Ajit Srivastav. Thank you so much, sir, for accepting our invite. Along with that, I would like to welcome the president of Mahdi Bagh Youth Club, Mr. Moin Malak, the secretary of Mahdi Bagh Youth Club, Mr. Farooq Haq, all the GB members, and the heads and vice heads of various committees that we have. Definitely today is a great day because we are going to hear a lot about entrepreneurship. But before I go to that, I would like to talk about what Mahdi Bagh Youth Club is. So Mahdi Bagh Youth Club is an organization of talented and driven people with the sole aim of giving back to the society. We have grown from Nagpur and reached out to Vishakapatnam, Hyderabad, Pune, Bangalore, Ujjain, and Indore. We also have international branches in America, England, the U.A.E, Singapore, and Australia. Our mission is to conserve and promote art and culture, to work for the social well-being of all communities around us, to organize events, art shows, and philanthropic activities on a larger scale for the purpose of creating awareness and supporting social cause, to build a strong foundation for the youth so as to represent India to the world. Moving on to our expert of the evening, Dr. Ajit Srivastav comes from a very rich educational and corporate background. Sir is a scientist in the field of life sciences and biotechnology. He has a vast exposure to analytical sciences related to biological research. After earning his doctorate degree in the field of applied microbiology, he started his career in a pharmaceutical R&D as a process scientist. Dr. Srivastav has been a consultant for the pharma industry, forensics, drug development, food and environment safety. He has always been a part of learning and development team as a trainer with the organizations that he has worked for. Presently, he is a department head and trainer for soft skills, corporate skills, communication skills, and personality development. Dr. Srivastav is a member of the interview panel for many institutes and companies. He is also an invited lecturer at many IITs and universities. Sir, we cordially welcome you for the session today. And without any further ado, I would like to hand over the session to you for further proceedings. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much, Arifa ma'am, for all these good words. Thank you so much. And very good evening to everybody present here. First things first, are you able to hear me absolutely clearly? Am I audible? Is my voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Yes, sir.
Nanas, thank you. Thank you for confirming that. Okay, very good. So today, I go back to that time when Arifa ma'am came back to me and she said that you have to talk about entrepreneurship, and she told me about the Mahdi Bagh Club, and I was actually very excited. Whatever she said now about the club, there was a lot of passion that was coming out from her voice, and the plan and whatever has been planned for the club is something which is the need of the hour today. So I was very happy when I got this opportunity, and I have been an entrepreneur and given up entrepreneurship 5 times. Okay, I started 5 businesses and then I closed all 5 of them. But that's a different story. Let's just talk about what entrepreneurship is. This is not going to be a one-sided discourse. I would request you to be interactive with this, to give your inputs, take inputs from me, and let's have a small a discussion that what entrepreneurship is all about. So is that okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, perfect. Now, second question is, do you want me to continue completely in English, or should I talk in a mixed language, Hindi, English, dono? I mean, the purpose of communication is to, whatever the communicator is saying should reach all of you. Okay, so language is a medium. So anybody wants to give me an input?
We are comfortable with both, sir. Whichever one you wish.
Comfortable with both. Okay,
yes.
Fine. So what I'll do is I'll try and put a mix of yes. Moin also said mix is fine too. Very good. Feroz said okay, both. Fine. Okay. Chalo. Let's do this. I tried to carve a small slide deck for what I wanted to tell. So let me look at where is that slide deck and see what it says. Okay. Are you able to see my application?
Yes, we can.
Okay, perfect. Very good. So, entrepreneurship. This word, what does it mean for you? All of you are here, so I'm sure that you have some idea about what is entrepreneurship. And Arifa told me that there are a few entrepreneurs sitting here as well. So the first question to all of you is, what is entrepreneurship? Who is an entrepreneur? Anybody wants to unmute and talk to me, or you want to use the chat box? That's absolutely fine. Let's start with that. What is your understanding about who is an entrepreneur? Okay, no answer. Just tell me your understanding. What do you understand by the word entrepreneur? Who is an entrepreneur? Okay, I have one answer on the chat. One who starts a new business, somebody who sells his products or services. Very good. I have two answers, one from Nazia and one from Almas. She says somebody who sells his products, doing something out of the box with a cause in mind. Okay. A businessman, basically a risk taker. Oh, okay, very good. So very, very, very nice word that Vishali has said, that it is basically a risk taker. Okay, very good. Okay. A few months back, I was doing a session like this, and somebody asked me, what is the difference between a manager, a leader, and an entrepreneur? Hasib says managing an enterprise with proper risk management. Okay, the term management has come in here. Very good. So I was talking about a participant asked me, I don't know what is the difference between a manager, a leader, and an entrepreneur? Or are they not the same? So I'll give you the same answer that I gave to that participant. मैनेजर इज जब आग लगती है तो जो कुआं खोदता है उसे मैनेजर कहते हैं. He manages that risk, that danger, that peril that has come in. आग लगी है, अब चलो फटाफट मैनेज करो, ठीक है, साल्वेज करो, चीजें बचाओ, पानी बुझाओ, आग बुझाओ, पानी डालो, वो सारी चीजें, ठीक है. तो अ मैनेजर इज समबडी जो आग लगती है तो कुआं खोदता है. अ लीडर इज आग लगने को भांप के जो कुआं खोदता है उसे हम लीडर कहते हैं कि जब आग लगेगी तो हम तैयार रहेंगे, हमारे पास कुएं ऑलरेडी हैं. जब आग लगेगी तो हमें उस समय चिंता करने की जरूरत नहीं है। ये होता है लीडर। और एंटरप्रेन्योर कौन होता है? एंटरप्रेन्योर इज somebody जो बैठे बैठे एक दिन उठ के खड़ा होता है और कहता है बहुत दिन से कुएं नहीं खुदे, चलो आग लगाते हैं। that's the difference। एंटरप्रेन्योर का जो सोच है वो बहुत अलग होता है। वो उठा और सडनली उसने देखा आसपास और बोला बहुत दिन से कुएं नहीं खोदे गए, चलो आग लगाते हैं। सो जो सोच होती है एंटरप्रेन्योर की, द थॉट प्रोसेस, द लाइन ऑफ थॉट इज कंप्लीटली डिफरेंट। सो मैनेजर, लीडर एंड एंटरप्रेन्योर, ऑफ कोर्स जैसे जैसे हम सेशन में आगे जाएंगे, ठीक है, you would see that there is a fair bit of overlap between these, but then to start with, this is the concept that I wanted to build. Okay, that's management, that's leadership, and that's entrepreneurship. Till here it's fine. Is it fine till here?
Yes, sir.
तीन चीज very nice. Okay, so what it takes to be an entrepreneur, what does it take? Who is an entrepreneur? How is he different from self-employed or businessman or a businesswoman? These are two terms which are being used very, very widely: self-employed or businessman or a businesswoman. Even these social sites also have this. They don't have the word entrepreneur. They have a word self-employed. When they say, "No, please describe yourself," salaried or government government servant or self-employed, they have something called as a self-employed. They don't have anything like entrepreneur. So these are words which are very widely used, but are they the same? Are they synonyms for entrepreneur? No. Self-employed and businesswoman can be anyone who owns a business. Tomorrow, I buy a general store. I am self-employed and I am a businessman. Okay. So let me go back to the chat where you sent a lot of responses to one who starts a new business or a startup. Okay. Someone who sells his products or services, even businessmen or self-employed people do that. Okay. Doing something out of the box with a cause in mind. This was something very good. In the later sessions, we would, if we have later sessions, we'll look at what is out of the box thinking. And I'm going to give you a few examples also in this session that how people think out of the box. Yes, a businessman, basically a risk taker. Yes, managing an enterprise with proper risk management. Okay, but in my opinion, there is one major difference between a businessman or a self-employed person, and that is innovation. An entrepreneur has to be innovative. If you have all those capabilities, if you are a risk taker, if you have a business, you have a startup, everything, but if you are not an innovator, if you do not have innovation, if you don't put innovation in that, you can't be called as an entrepreneur. Now the question here is then, doesn't risk taking means innovation? Risk taking is a part of the entrepreneurship. Innovation is the base. If you don't have innovation in the environment, you don't have entrepreneurs. So people say, okay, so then even businessmen or self-employed people, they take risks. They are also creative. Yes, but there's a difference between innovation and creativity. Innovation is different and creativity is different. It is like, knowledge, intelligence and discretion. Buddhi or vivek. Okay, buddhi or vivek. Buddhi is intelligence, and Vivek is discretion. Whether to do this or whether not to do this. All of us know that we should get up early in the morning. We should, those who are students should do some exercise and then start studying, give some time to their lessons. Everybody knows what they should be doing in the morning, but how many people do this? All of us know that we should not be up very late because it harms the health. बहुत देर तक social media पे नहीं रहना चाहिए. It's complete waste. But how many people do this? We also know that what is good for us and what is bad for us. But how many people follow that? Knowing is intelligence. वो बुद्धि है. Intelligence. But application of intelligence is Vivek. Similarly, application of creativity is innovation. There's another difference. Innovation always ends in a result, a tangible result. Creativity ends in a thought. It ends in an idea. सोच. सालों से लोग कहते आ रहे हैं कि सोच ही इंसान को ऊपर लेके जाती है, सोच ही इंसान को ऊपर लेके जाती है. ये सब मोटिवेशनल स्पीकर्स है बेटा. ठीक है, बट आई एम बेसिकली अ टीचर, सो आई एम गोइंग टू टेल यू दैट सोच नहीं, कर्म. कर्म इंसान को आगे लेके जाता है. परसिवरेंस. Those who keep thinking and do not practice can never become an entrepreneur, because entrepreneur का base जो है वो innovation है, और innovation is कर्म प्रधान. So this is the basis of entrepreneurship, innovation. Now there are so many examples of innovation. Creativity और innovation का और difference मैं बताता हूँ आपको. मेरी नजर में जो difference है, innovation is something is already there and you add value to it, and it results in something new or some improved version of the earlier one. That is innovation. Creativity is making something new. All of you are, you know computers, you use softwares. I'm going to ask you a question. Anybody can answer. Do you think Windows was innovation or creativity? Where would you put that? Where would you put Windows? Innovation or creativity? Roshali said the creativity. Feroz said innovation. Okay, there's a mix of answers, innovations and creativity. Very good, very nice. Okay. Now Windows was something new. Windows is basically an environment. It's an operating system. It was completely new at that time. So I would put that under creativity. But all the packages that came, Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all those packages that came, MS Office, that was innovation. Similarly, smartphones. When smartphones came up, the phones already existed. Okay, phones already existing. When smartphones came, they were very simple. I mean, they only had 2-3 functions. Okay, they had a small screen and then only 2-3 functions. And then somebody thought that when we go out, when we go for a picnic, okay, just hang on. Okay, now am I clear? Is my voice stable now? Is my voice stable?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay, because I got a message that your internet connection is unstable. Okay. So स्मार्टफोन की बात मैं कर रहा था. Somebody thought कि जब हम घूमने जाते हैं, जब हम पिकनिक जाते हैं, तो हम क्या क्या लेके जाते हैं. हम जाते हैं, अपना फोन ले जाते हैं, एक कैमरा ले जाते हैं, कुछ खाने पीने का सामान ले जाते हैं, ठीक है. And then somebody thought, why not build a camera in the phone? किसी ने सोचा कि फोन तो इंसान लेके जाता है साथ में, उसी में अगर हम कैमरा डाल दें तो कितना अच्छा हो. उसे कैमरा अलग से ले जाने की जरूरत नहीं होगी. And that's how the camera in the phone came up. That was an innovation. आज की डेट में आपका जो स्मार्टफोन है उसने सब कुछ रिप्लेस कर दिया है. Everything. It has a phone, it has a computer, it has internet, it has got a watch, it's got alarms, it's got a calendar. You don't need anything else. Of course, you need one thing, and that is a charger. So you cannot run that without a charger. ठीक है. तो एक आजकल WhatsApp पे एक बड़ा बढ़िया सा जोक चल रहा था ना. There is a man who goes to, who goes in front of the God, he's dead, and the God says, well, where do you want to go, hell or heaven? He says, please get me my charger from earth and I'll live anywhere. ठीक है, मैं कहीं भी रह लूंगा, मुझे बस मेरा चार्जर मंगा दीजिए. ठीक है. So that's how technology has impacted us. So coming back to innovation, innovation is one thing that separates an entrepreneur from the rest. Let me come to the gist of the session. What are the qualities of an entrepreneur? What does it take to be an entrepreneur? So let us look at a few qualities. Okay. Before that, let me show you a small video clip. Just hang on.
So before you share your screen, can I share mine for a minute?
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Thank you, sir. So as I said, we have a sponsor who has been kind enough to show his ad on our platform, and I would like to play it. It's a short ad till the time sir is ready with his video.
Okay, perfect. Can you see the icon for VLC media player?
Yes, sir, but the screen is a bit distorted at present.
Okay. I'm going to switch off my camera so that it doesn't take a lot of space. I'll share this again. Now, can you see this?
Yes, sir, we can see it.
Okay. I'm going to run this and give it a pause and then ask you if you can hear this and see this. Let me know if you have a problem in hearing or watching this.
श्वेत क्रांति के जनक वर्गीज कुरियन का
Is the voice clear?
Yes, sir.
Can you see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
जन्म एक साइरियन ईसाई परिवार में कालीकट में हुआ, जिसे आजकल कोझिकोड कहा जाता है। उनके पिता केरल के कोचीन नामक स्थान में सिविल सर्जन थे। 1940 में मद्रास के लोयोला कॉलेज से भौतिक शास्त्र में स्नातक की डिग्री प्राप्त की। मद्रास विश्वविद्यालय के कॉलेज ऑफ इंजीनियरिंग से मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग की। टाटा टेक्निकल इंस्टीट्यूट जमशेदपुर से 1946 में एक और डिग्री प्राप्त कर वे भारत सरकार की छात्रवृत्ति पर अमेरिका गए तथा वहां 1948 में मिशिगन स्टेट यूनिवर्सिटी से मास्टर ऑफ साइंस की डिग्री डिस्टिंक्शन के साथ उत्तीर्ण की। पढ़ाई समाप्त कर जब वे लौटे तो भारतीय सरकार के द्वारा गुजरात में खेड़ा जिले में स्थित आनंद में उन्हें नियुक्त किया गया। प्रारंभ में उन्होंने बेमन से यह नौकरी की। बाद में मित्र श्री त्रिभुवन दास पटेल की सलाह से वे वहीं बने रहे। खेड़ा के किसानों को एकत्रित कर कोऑपरेटिव यूनियन बनाई, जिसकी मूल अवधारणा अद्भुत पथ प्रदर्शिका थी। इसके अंतर्गत दूध एकत्रित कर उसे संसाधित कर बेचे जाने की व्यवस्था की। त्रिभुवन दास के ईमानदार प्रयासों से वर्गीज को प्रेरणा मिली तथा वे मिलकर इस चुनौतीपूर्ण कार्य में सफलता प्राप्त कर सके। उन्हीं दिनों उनके साथी H.M. डलिया ने भैंस के दूध से स्कीम दूध पाउडर तथा कंडेंस्ड मिल्क बनाने की प्रक्रिया विकसित की। यूरोप में गाय के दूध की प्रचुरता रहती है, अतः नेस्ले जैसी कंपनियां दूध पाउडर उसी से बनाती है। भारत में अमूल कंपनी भैंस के दूध का प्रयोग कर नेस्ले से प्रतियोगिता में सामने आई। पंडित जवाहरलाल नेहरू ने इसके लिए वर्गीज की पीठ थपथपाई तथा लाल बहादुर शास्त्री ने नेशनल डेयरी डेवलपमेंट बोर्ड NDDB गठित किया तथा राष्ट्रीय स्तर पर वर्गीज के कार्य को बढ़ाने के लिए उन्हें उसका अध्यक्ष भी बनाया। इसी कार्य को आगे विकसित करते हुए वर्गीज ने 1979 में इंस्टीट्यूट ऑफ रूरल मैनेजमेंट आनंद IRMA स्थापित की तथा देश भर में सबको दूध मिले यह कर दिखाया। विलक्षण तथ्य यह भी है कि वर्गीज ने कभी दूध नहीं पिया। विकसित भारत फाउंडेशन आदि संस्थाओं में भी उन्होंने सहयोग दिया। अशोक फाउंडेशन ने उन्हें वर्तमान काल का सामाजिक अध्यायवासी कहा। वर्गीज और उनके सहयोगियों की सहायता से मात्र 2 दशकों में भारत दूध तथा उससे बने पदार्थों के निर्यातक देश के रूप में सामने आया। वर्गीज का विवाह मौली से हुआ। उनकी बेटी निर्मला और पौत्र सिद्धार्थ हैं। 90 वर्ष की उम्र में 9 सितंबर 2012 को उनका निधन हुआ। सहकारी दुग्ध आंदोलन पर आधारित फिल्म मंथन का निर्माण जब श्याम बेनेगल कर रहे थे तब उसके लिए धन जुटाने का कार्य भी वर्गीज की प्रेरणा से बिल्कुल अनोखे तरीके से हुआ था। आधे लाख के करीब किसान सदस्यों ने फिल्म बनाने के लिए मात्र 2 रुपए प्रतीकात्मक राशि दी। फिल्म रिलीज होने पर वे सभी किसान अपनी उस फिल्म को देखने आए और उसे बॉक्स ऑफिस पर सफल बनाया। गुजरात में 1976 में जब उसे दिखाया तो दर्शकों ने अनायास उससे जुड़ाव महसूस किया। फिर तो वर्गीज ने देश के अन्य हिस्सों में फिल्म के साथ भ्रमण किया तथा जगह जगह सरकारी संस्थाएं बनाने की प्रेरणा दी। अमूल मक्खन, अमूल घी, अमूल क्रीम, अमूल आइसक्रीम जैसे खाद्य पदार्थ उन्हीं की प्रेरणा से सामने आए और लोकप्रिय हुए। वर्गीज कुरियन श्वेत क्रांति के जनक को दुनिया भर के विश्वविद्यालयों तथा संस्थाओं की ओर से दर्जन से अधिक मानद डिग्रियां मिली। भारत सरकार ने 1965 में पद्मश्री, 1966 में पद्म भूषण, तथा 1999 में पद्म विभूषण से सम्मानित किया। उन्होंने रमन मैगसेसे अवार्ड 1963 में प्राप्त किया। वर्ल्ड डेयरी एक्सपो ने इंटरनेशनल पर्सन ऑफ द ईयर अवार्ड दिया। 1986 में भारत सरकार द्वारा कृषि रत्न अवार्ड मिला। 1989 में वर्ल्ड फूड प्राइज की ओर से वर्ल्ड फूड प्राइज प्राप्त किया। 1986 में कार्नेगी फाउंडेशन नीदरलैंड की ओर से वाटेलर पीस प्राइज उन्हें मिला। दोस्तों, अगर आपको ये वीडियो पसंद आया तो आप लाइक।
Okay, so that was about Dr. Verghese Kurian, who's known as the father of the White Revolution. This is about his story, how he came to found Amul. How did he establish Amul? Now I'm going to play one more video, which is another 5 minutes, and after these two videos, what you will do is take 1 minute and list down all the qualities that you feel that these two videos had. Those will be the qualities of an entrepreneur. Okay, so I'm going to go in for the second video. Watch that, and after that we're going to have a 1 minute small break. Not a break, but a pause. And you can list down all those qualities that you take from these two videos. Can you see the VLC logo? Arifa ma'am?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm going to start this and then pause it and let me know if you have a problem with the audio.
आपको मिलाएंगे 17 साल के एक ऐसे टीनेजर
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
से जिसने छोटी उम्र में ही 3 कंपनियां खोल दी हैं। आपको दिखलाते हैं इनके बारे में। इनकी उम्र सिर्फ 17 साल है और ये एक तरह से कहें बच्चा, ये बच्चा वायलिन बजाता है, कंप्यूटर प्रोग्रामर है, लेकिन इन सबसे बड़ी बात है एंटरप्रेन्योर भी है। जी हाँ, आज आपको मिलवाने जा रहे हैं हम अनुभव वाधवा से, जो छोटी सी उम्र में 1 नहीं 2 नहीं बल्कि 3 कंपनियों के सीईओ हैं। देखिए खास रिपोर्ट।
टीनेज में आजकल के यंगस्टर्स जहां सिर्फ पढ़ाई, सोशल नेटवर्किंग साइट्स या पार्टीज में व्यस्त रहते हैं, वहीं 17 साल के अनुभव वाधवा काफी अलग है। उन्हें एक नॉर्मल टीनेजर तो बिल्कुल नहीं कहा जा सकता। 2013 में यानी कि सिर्फ 13 साल की उम्र में अनुभव ने टेक एप्टो नाम से अपनी पहली फर्म स्थापित की। लेकिन अनुभव को इंडस्ट्रीज की दुनिया में पहचान तब मिली जब उन्होंने 2015 के आखिरी में टायर लेस्ली नाम की एक और कंपनी स्थापित की।
बहुत छोटा था मैं तब से, मेरे को मेरी फैमिली बहुत सपोर्ट करती थी। उन्होंने मेरे को बहुत छोटी एज में पढ़ाना शुरू किया, तो उसके बाद मेरे को बहुत इंटरेस्ट था पढ़ने में, मैं भी पढ़ता गया।
I got a message that says no sound. Is there no sound?
Sir, I can hear it.
Is there anybody else who is not able to hear this? Everybody is able to hear this. So 1 + 5t, there's a problem on your side, okay?
So the video is
I wanted
getting
to
a bit.
introduce technology to all the schools I could.
Sorry, Arifa ma'am, you were saying something?
The video is getting a bit distorted at times, but now it's clear.
Okay.
तो तब मैंने अपनी फर्स्ट कंपनी बनाई कॉल्ड टेक एप्टो, एंड दैट वाज 2013, और मैं उस टाइम सिर्फ 13 साल का था। उस टाइम पे मेरी कंपनी 600 कंपनीज में से टॉप 40 में आई, विच वाज टॉप 10 इन दिल्ली एनसीआर।
टायर लेस्ली की शुरुआत तो एक छोटे से वाक्य से हुई, लेकिन अनुभव के मन में बड़ा घर कर गई। एक दिन यूं ही जब अनुभव स्कूल से घर आ रहे थे तो उन्होंने सड़क के किनारे गाड़ी के टायर जलते देखे और उससे गहरा काला धुआं उठता देखा, जो पर्यावरण को बहुत ज्यादा नुकसान पहुंचाने के लिए काफी था। काफी रिसर्च के बाद अनुभव ने देखा कि बहुत से गाड़ियों के टायर जो वेस्ट हो जाते हैं या यूं ही रखे रह जाते हैं, अगर उन टायर्स को रिसाइकिल किया जाए तो इनका सही और बहुत कुछ अलग कामों के लिए इस्तेमाल किया जा सकता है। बस इसी सोच के साथ अनुभव ने टायर लेस्ली की शुरुआत की, जो इको फ्रेंडली तरीके से बेकार पड़ी गाड़ियों के टायर्स को रिसाइकिल करने का काम करती है। खास बात यह है कि शुरुआत से लेकर अब तक के कुछ ही महीनों में टायर लेस्ली करीबन 500 किलो टायर रिसाइकिल कर चुकी है।
एक दिन घर वापस आ रहा था फ्रॉम अ रेगुलर क्लास और आई सॉ अ कपल ऑफ टायर्स बर्निंग बाय द साइड ऑफ अ रोड एंड 200 meters past सेम सिचुएशन, बट इस टाइम उसको कोई बर्न भी कर रहा था एंड दैट वाज अ मोमेंट दैट क्लिक्ड इन माय हेड that there is a problem right there and the impact of this could be very disastrous.
अनुभव की सफलता के पीछे उनके माँ बाप का भी काफी बड़ा हाथ है। 6 साल की उम्र में जहाँ इंजीनियर पिता ने उसे कंप्यूटर प्रोग्रामिंग सिखाना शुरू कर दिया था, तो अनुभव की माँ भी उनका और उनकी सेहत का पूरा ख्याल रखती है ताकि उनको कोई परेशानी ना हो।
शुरू से ही I found अनुभव very principled, and he was very forward looking. I think those traits were very clear from the very beginning. And थोड़ी support, थोड़ी encouragement, and he had his own drive. I don't think उसमें drive की कोई कमी थी. And plus, he got the right environment, to nurture all these faculties.
उसको खैर सुबह तो अपने आप ही उसका डेली रूटीन है जो 5:30 उठता है, कभी ऐसे उठाने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ी। बाकी एज अ मदर जो मेरी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज हैं वो तो करनी ही होती है जो है।
अनुभव का ये सपना है कि वो अपने काम को यूं ही विकास की दिशा में बढ़ाते रहें, जिसके लिए उन्होंने अभी से ही पूरी प्लानिंग कर रखी है। अनुभव अपने काम के जरिए सभी लोगों को कहना चाहते हैं कि पर्यावरण बचाना हमारी जिम्मेदारी है और एक छोटी सी कोशिश बड़े बदलाव ला सकती है। यशस्विका, इंडिया 24/7, गुरुग्राम।
Okay, so those were the two videos, one on Dr. Varghese Kurian and the other one on Anubhav Wadhwa. So now I'm going to go off screen for about a minute and please list down all the qualities that you feel are there in these two people, Dr. Varghese Kurian and Anubhav. Okay, so 1 minute लेते हैं और आप उन qualities का list बनाइए and you can post them on the chat. Okay, I've got some responses. Let me try and read them out. Yes, very good. Okay, very good. So let me quickly go through this for everyone. Innovator, doing things differently, creating a system which is scalable, constant learning, finding solution for people, thinking long-term, focus on process rather than results. Okay, very good. Disciplined, yes. Innovation has no age bar. Arifa ma'am, bilkul, absolutely. Iftikhar says attitude. Then we have good observation and problem solving attitude. Very good. supportive and good mentors. Yes, absolutely. Confidence, keen observation, solution-oriented, positive mindset, faith. Oh, wow. That's a fantastic word that came. Shabanu said faith. Tahira says leadership, innovative thinking, motivation, discipline, risk taker, forward thinker, and determination. Very good. To be able to identify a problem and also the solution. Yes, absolutely. Figuring out the problem and coming up with the solution. Opportunistic. Okay. Opportunistic is actually a word which has a negative connotation. But abhi hum us bare mein nahi jayenge. I take your point. Then Himani Jain says innovative, creative, risk taker, positive attitude, willingness, observation, proactive, think, win-win. Okay, very good. Nadeem Haider, to everyone, says determination, and I to look for opportunity in day-to-day things. Very good. Humbleness, self-confidence, belief in self-discipline, good risk management, courage and leadership. Yes, belief. Looking for opportunity, passion, focus, forward thinking, problem solver, environmental concern. Very good. We're going to put a stop to this. See, all those that you wrote down, all the qualities that you just said. Okay. These are the qualities of an entrepreneur. Iske alawa, there is a list that I also have a list. Let us see what it says. Vision. Yes. Vision ka ek bada simple sa, very simple definition. Ability to see further, clearer, and better than others. There is a wall and everybody is looking at the wall, but everybody sees things differently. Okay. People who can see things better and further than others, they are called visionaries. So vision is one of the qualities of an entrepreneur. Courage. Somebody said courage and leadership. Yes, it takes a lot of courage to take the risks that are associated with entrepreneurship. You remember the video of Dr. Varghese Kurian when he went to Mr. Lal Bahadur Shastri? He gave him a check. He said, देखो ये blank check है, तुमको जितने पैसे चाहिए तुम इसमें भर लो और start करो. उस इंसान ने, डॉक्टर कुरियन ने, उस समय 30,000 रुपए मांगे थे. 30,000. गवर्नमेंट किसी चीज को सपोर्ट कर रही है और पैसा देने के लिए तैयार है, जहां पे अथाह पैसा आ सकता है, लेकिन उस समय डॉक्टर वर्गीस कुरियन ने कहा मुझे सिर्फ 30,000 रुपए चाहिए. लेकिन उसके बाद वो 30,000 रुपए लेने के लिए उन्हें इतने चक्कर लगाने पड़े सरकारी दफ्तरों में कि वो परेशान हो गए. एंड ही सेड टू हेल विद योर मनी, आई डोंट वांट योर मनी, आई विल डू दिस विदाउट योर मनी. एंड ही डिड दैट. It takes courage. It takes courage to do that. Enthusiasm, of course, enthusiasm. Enthusiasm in work, enthusiasm in conduct, enthusiasm on the face. You saw Anubhav Vadva, the way he was talking about his, his project, so enthusiastic. Creativity, yes. Empathy. If you don't have this, if you do not have empathy, you will never be a successful entrepreneur. Just a minute. Hello? Yes. Oh, okay. Or if I'm not, just a minute. अरे मुझे पहले बोलते तो sure. Now can you see this?
Yes, sir. It is visible.
Okay. So these are the things that I spoke about: vision, courage, enthusiasm, creativity, and empathy. And then you have observation, hard work, patience, focus, and cleverness. There are three words: clever, shrewd, and cunning. There's a difference between these three words. They are, in a dictionary, they are said to be, synonyms of each other, but they mean differently. If I give an example, the example of clever to my mind is Shivaji Maharaj. He was very clever. The way he fought, the way he assassinated his enemies, that was very clever. And then cunning, you have a example from Mahabharata, that is Shakuni. If you've seen that, that was cunning. Cunning has a negative connotation. And then shrewd is utilizing the situation to his or her own advantage. And the best example that comes to my mind is Chanakya. He was very shrewd. He could turn any situation to his advantage. So, okay. So these are the qualities that I could list down for an entrepreneur. Okay. So what are these? These are vision, courage, enthusiasm, creativity, empathy, and then observation, hard work, patience, focus, and cleverness. But there is another side to this. The side is this. These qualities are opposites of each other. You have a vision, but then you also observe small things. Vision is always broad. Vision जो होता है वो हमेशा broad होता है, but observation हम हमेशा focus छोटी-छोटी चीजों का करते हैं. लोग मुझसे पूछते हैं आदमी बड़ा कब बनता है? आदमी बड़ा तब नहीं होता जब वो बड़े-बड़े काम करता है या बड़ी-बड़ी चीजें करता है. नहीं, आदमी बड़ा तब होता है जब वो छोटी-छोटी चीजों को समझने लगता है. That is observation. Courage के साथ hard work. Enthusiasm है. Enthusiasm is full of energy. उसके साथ साथ पेशेंस होना जरूरी है. ये देखो दोनों ऑपोजिट हैं. Enthusiasm is energy. Patience is holding yourself back and evaluating everything and then taking a step. दोनों ऑपोजिट है. Creativity and focus. Empathy, लोगों को समझो, लेकिन साथ साथ cleverness. So an entrepreneur or a successful entrepreneur is who creates a balance between these qualities. Vision है, उसके साथ साथ observation है. Courage है, उसके साथ साथ hard work करने की capacity है. Enthusiasm के साथ साथ patience भी है. Creativity के साथ focus है. Empathy के साथ cleverness है. Somebody who is able to strike a balance between these qualities is a successful entrepreneur. ये क्लियर है बेटा इतना? Yes, no?
Yes, sir.
Let us come to some root qualities of an entrepreneur. ये वो स्लाइड है जो साइड में मैंने अभी पिछली बार लास्ट स्लाइड में आपने देखी थी, विजन, करेज, एंथुसियाज्म. लेकिन वो चीजें जिनके बारे में हम हमेशा बात करते हैं वो भी इनको मिला के ही बनी है. If you put hard work and cleverness together, that is smart work. Hard work and cleverness, if you put them together, it becomes smart work. If you put focus, patience, and hard work together, it becomes discipline. Somebody said discipline in the answers. Yes, it is very important. If you're not disciplined, you can never be a good entrepreneur. You put focus, enthusiasm, and patience together, and it becomes passion. Enthusiasm और patience दोनों opposite हो एक दूसरे के, लेकिन दोनों को जब साथ मिला के फोकस करते हैं तब वो आपका पैशन बनता है. When you put vision, focus, and patience together, it becomes determination. और एक मजे की बात और बताऊं, आप राइट साइड की क्वालिटीज देखिए, वो सब मैनेजमेंट की क्वालिटीज है। ऑब्जर्वेशन, हार्ड वर्क, पेशेंस, फोकस, क्लेवरनेस। राइट साइड की जितनी भी क्वालिटीज हैं वो सब मैनेजमेंट की हैं, और लेफ्ट साइड की जितनी है वो सब लीडरशिप की हैं। Vision, courage, enthusiasm, creativity, empathy, these are the qualities of a leadership. And a person or an individual who can create a balance between management and leadership is a successful entrepreneur. These are the root qualities of an entrepreneur. Till now, all okay?
Yes, sir.
Other people respond. It's not a one-way discourse, I said, right? Okay, Rushali, thank you. Let's go ahead on this. Let's go back. Let's go a few steps. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. We are talking about innovation. Innovation, ये 5 चीजें जो दिख रही है ना आपको, man, machine, method, money, material, ये क्या है? What are these? These are कौन बताएगा मुझे? Man, machine, method, money, material. Yes, 5 M's of management. These are 5 M's of management. और जब ये 5 M innovation के आसपास घूमते हैं, when they are around innovation, that becomes entrepreneurship. When everything gets focused or gets centralized into innovation, that is entrepreneurship. एक किस्सा सुनाता हूं आपको यहाँ पे डॉक्टर वर्गीस का, ठीक है? I may go a few minutes beyond my stipulated time. I hope that is okay, Arifa ma'am.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. No problem.
Okay, ठीक है? So डॉक्टर वर्गीस कुरियन जब अमूल उन्होंने खोला, जब सेटअप हो गया, सब मशीन्स वगैरह सब लग गई, ठीक है, तो उन्होंने जो थे उनको बुलाया और इनॉग्रेशन के लिए। लेकिन उसके साथ साथ बहुत सारे जो किसान थे, बहुत सारे मिल्क सप्लायर्स थे, वो भी आए थे बाहर, क्योंकि डॉक्टर वर्गीस ने ये जो अमूल बनाया था वो इस बेसिस पे बनाया था कि आप सब लोग इस फैक्ट्री के मालिक हैं। यू पीपल आर द ओनर्स ऑफ दिस फैक्ट्री, वी आर नॉट द ओनर्स। वो ओनरशिप जो है, वो कॉर्पोरेट जो है, कोऑपरेटिव मूवमेंट जो है, वो उन्होंने बनाया था, और वो सारे लोग अपनी फैक्ट्री देखने आए थे। अभी इनॉग्रेशन नहीं हुआ है और पीएम लेट हो रहे थे। बाहर लोगों ने बोला कि हमें अपनी फैक्ट्री देखनी है, हमें अपनी फैक्ट्री देखनी है। दे वर काइंड ऑफ वेरी वेरी एंथुसियास्टिक टू सी। तो वहां का जो मैनेजमेंट था वो डॉक्टर कुरियन के पास आया, बोला कि देखिए अभी तो ये कुछ हुआ ही नहीं है, यहाँ पे भी ओपनिंग नहीं हुई है, ये लोग बोल रहे हैं देखने के लिए। उस समय डॉक्टर वर्गीस ने कहा कि ये फैक्ट्री उन लोगों की है, उनको पूरा हक है इसको देखने का। और उन्होंने पीएम का वेट किए बिना गेट्स खोल दिए, और वो सारे हजारों लोग जो आए थे वो सब के सब फैक्ट्री के अंदर आए, और किसी भी इक्विपमेंट, किसी भी अप्लायंस, किसी भी मशीन को जरा सा भी नुकसान किए बिना उन्होंने वो फैक्ट्री देखी। और उस फैक्ट्री को देख के एक ओनरशिप का एहसास हुआ। What was this? This was empathy. This was courage. So, man, material, money, method, इन सबको जब आप इनोवेशन के धागे से बांधते हैं, it becomes entrepreneurship. So, what is entrepreneurship? इसका एक ही डेफिनेशन मेरे दिमाग में जो आता है, क्रिएटिंग वैल्यू थ्रू इनोवेशन। क्रिएटिंग वैल्यू थ्रू इनोवेशन। यहां पे कुछ वर्ड्स हैं, क्रिएटिंग वैल्यू, इनोवेशन, इन दोनों को आपस में जोड़ा और एक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप की एक फॉर्मल सी डेफिनेशन बनी, क्रिएटिंग वैल्यू थ्रू innovation. This is what is entrepreneurship. And if you look at this, this is a screenshot that I got from somewhere. This is the base, ये पूरा बल्ब है innovation का, ठीक है, entrepreneurship का base उसका जो होता है innovation होता है, और risk taking is always in the mind, but the whole thing is built upon innovation. I'm going to show you a few pictures. If you recognize any of them, quickly tell me on the chat. Otherwise, मैं तो आपको बताऊंगा ही कौन है। ये कौन है? Anybody knows this? Anybody recognizes this person? No one? His name is Arunachalam Muruganandan. Arunachalam Muruganandan. Commonly and popularly known as the Pad Man. There was a movie, right? Akshay Kumar ki movie thi, Pad Man. So he is the person jiske upar wo movie based thi. Look at the problem that he solved. Look at the observation that he made. Look at the way he empathized with those girls and women. Look at the courage that he had. Has anyone seen Padman? Ha, na, kuch.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So look at the courage that that person showed in them. एक छोटे से गांव में किसी लड़की के पास जाके इस तरह की बात करना, उसको ऐसा कुछ ऑफर करना, takes a lot of courage, empathy, and look at the hard work that he did. कितनी मेहनत से उसने वो सैनिटरी नैपकिन बनाया था. All this is a quality of entrepreneur. The next one, I have a doubt you would recognize this. Anyone? No. Okay. His name is Dhruv Lakra. Dhruv Lakra. And he owns a company called Miracle Couriers. Miracle Couriers. Miracle Couriers का जो कहानी है ना, जो स्टोरी है ना, वो बहुत ही अमेजिंग सी स्टोरी है. और उसकी एक खास बात है जो मैं आपको अभी बताता हूँ उस कुरियर कंपनी की. ध्रुव लाकरा एक दिन बेस्ट बस में ट्रैवल कर रहे थे. वो जो BEST की, बॉम्बे की जो बसेस होती हैं, उसमें ट्रैवल कर रहे थे. उन्होंने देखा कि उनके बगल में एक लड़का बैठा हुआ है, who was feeling very uncomfortable at every stop. At every bus stop, he used to be very, very uneasy and uncomfortable. So Dhruv started wondering what is wrong with this, and then he realized कि वो लड़का is deaf and dumb. वो ना सुन सकता है और ना बोल सकता है. The boy that was traveling with him on the adjacent seat, he was not able to speak or nor hear anything. And उस समय ध्रुव के दिमाग में एक बात आई कि इस तरह के इंसान के लिए एक बस में ट्रैवल करना भी कितना बड़ा ऑर्डिल हो सकता है, कितनी चैलेंजिंग सिचुएशन हो सकती है. वो ना किसी से पूछ सकता है कि ये कौन सा स्टॉप है, ना वो ये सुन सकता है कि बस में क्या अनाउंसमेंट हो रहा है. Look at the challenge. And then a further thought came to his mind कि ऐसे लोगों को नौकरी कौन देगा? What kind of work will these people be able to do? And that is when Miracle Couriers was born. Miracle Couriers के जितने डिलीवरी बॉयज हैं, they can neither speak nor hear. आप सोचिए, एक कुरियर वाला जो आपको कुरियर डिलीवर करने आता है, वो आपसे कितनी बात करता है? 0. आप उससे कितनी बात करते हो? 0. He just delivers it, probably takes your signatures and goes away. बोलने और सुनने का कोई काम ही नहीं है वहां पे. बोलने और सुनने का कोई काम ही नहीं है. और आजकल तो जीपीएस है तो किसी से एड्रेस पूछने की भी जरूरत नहीं है. Look at the innovation that came there. And that is where Miracle Couriers was born. This is a person who founded an NGO called Gunj. His name is Anshu Gupta. And I feel lucky to know him personally. He's based in Noida, Delhi. And when I was in Delhi, I used to often, interact with him. And he runs an NGO called Gunj. And it works for underprivileged children. It works for people who are, stricken with the floods, famine. And that's what is empathy all about. That is what is hard work all about. That is what is courage is all about. That is what the vision is. You want to see these people provided for. And that's where the entrepreneurship came. The next one you would know. I don't know, say anything. Who is this? Who's this? Hello. Chat पे तो बता दो कोई.
Bezos.
Yes. Jeffrey Bezos. What are the qualities you think he should be having or he has? What are the different qualities? Does he have a vision? Yes. Is he hardworking? Yes. Is he clever? Of course he is. Can he empathize? Yes. All those qualities that we saw are there in all these people that you're seeing. ये सारी फोटोग्राफ्स जो तुम देख रहे हो ना, एक लास्ट वाली है, आप इसे नहीं जानते होंगे. कोई जानता है? पक्की बात. I will ask Arifa ma'am to give you a chocolate if you can answer. Who is this person? Okay. He is a person, his name is Bindeshwar Pathak. Bindeshwar Pathak जिस गांव से थे ना, उस गांव में पब्लिक टॉयलेट्स नहीं थे, प्रॉपर टॉयलेट्स नहीं थे. घरों से वो जो डर्ट होती थी, लोग उनको उठा के अपने सर पे रख के ले जाते थे. जो तगारी होती है, जो बर्तन होता है ना, जो तगारी कहते हैं, उसमें इकट्ठा करते थे और कुछ लोग उसको अपने सर पे उठा के लेके गांव के बाहर जाके फेंकते थे. जब बिंदेश्वर पाठक ने ये देखा, उन्होंने एम्पैथाइज किया कि इस इंसान को कैसा लगता होगा, ये रोजी कमाने के लिए किसी और का फेंका हुआ, किसी और का डिस्कार्डेड किया हुआ सामान अपने सर पे उठा के लेके जा रहा है. And that is what struck him. And then was born Sulabh International. Yes, Arifa ma'am, absolutely. Sulabh Shauchalay. He is the father of Sulabh Shauchalay. अब शौचालय नहीं रह गया, वो सुलभ इंटरनेशनल हो गया. It is there all over in Europe, it is there in Americas, and it is there in India, of course. So all these people, when you think about them, you would see the qualities that they possess. And you would narrow them down to the qualities that you listed and the qualities that I listed down. इसको हम skip करते हैं. फटाफट कुछ definitions देख लो. Okay. Curiosity is one quality that every entrepreneur has. And how do you develop that? Antidote of boredom is not entertainment. Look at this beautiful statement. The antidote of boredom is not entertainment, it is curiosity. When you are getting bored, get curious about things, learn new things. The antidote of boredom is not entertainment, it is curiosity. The next one is doing the right thing without being told is called initiative. Initiative is one of the qualities that an entrepreneur has. He always comes forward and takes initiatives. He takes the ownership. He takes the lead. Working with the hope for best while being ready even for the worst is optimism. Optimism का मतलब ये नहीं होता कि you wish well for everything. No. You hope for the best, but at the same time you are ready for the worst, and that is optimism. हाँ, इसमें से normally the first part is something that we do. We always hope for the best. We always try to look at the good things of, any incident, any happening, and we call ourselves optimistics. No, unless both these things are together, and that is what an entrepreneur does. He works with the hope that everything is going to be good, but at the same time, at the back end, he's preparing himself for the worst, and that is optimism. A very, very important quality of an entrepreneur. Ability to see and feel from others' position is called empathy. I don't have to really go deep into it. Everybody understands the two words, sympathy and empathy. So sympathy is understanding what the other person is feeling, and empathy is feeling the same thing that the other person is feeling. So when you can stand in the other person's shoes and feel what he must be feeling, that is empathy. And this is a very, very important quality of any entrepreneur that you see. Taking what you start to a logical end is called persistence. Persistence का मतलब हार्ड वर्क नहीं होता. Persistence का मतलब स्मार्ट वर्क नहीं होता. आप जिस चीज को, जिस आइडिया को आप शुरू करते हो, what you start, you have to take it to a logical end. That is called persistence. Now, coming to the end, what can you do to develop these qualities? इन सब क्वालिटीज के बारे में तो हमने बात कर ली, बहुत सारे एग्जांपल्स देख लिए, बहुत सारे लोगों के बारे में जान लिया, लेकिन इन ये जो क्वालिटीज हैं, इन क्वालिटीज को आप अपने अंदर डेवलप करने के लिए आप क्या कर सकते हो? तो देयर आर अ फ्यू एक्शंस, फ्यू एक्टिविटीज दैट कम टू माय माइंड out of experience of all these years, and that is what I'm going to share with you. The first thing that you should do is read as much as you can. You have something called as Talk a Book at your disposal. Look at the wisdom that books give. There is a section, Wisdom from Books. Read as much as you can. Inculcate discipline in you. Discipline कोई बहुत बड़ी चीज नहीं है. Discipline, if you decide to get up at a particular time every day and go to bed at a particular time, you are inculcating discipline in you. आप सोच लो, मुझे सुबह 5 बजे उठना है और मुझे रात को 10:30-11 बजे तक I have to switch off my lights and do this religiously. You are inculcating discipline. अब 5 बजे उठ के करना क्या है? पहले 5 बजे उठो, फिर अपने आप चीजें आएंगी कि ये भी कर सकते हो, ये भी कर सकते हो, ये कर सकते हो. Take the first step. Observe and inquire. Look at Anubhav Vadava. Everybody, a lot of us, lot of students, they go to the college, they go to the classes and they come back. रास्ते में क्या हो रहा है कितने लोग देखते हैं? मैंने बहुत सारे बच्चों को देखा है जो मोबाइल स्क्रीन को देखते देखते अपने ट्यूशन क्लासेस, अपने क्लासेस को जाते हैं और वापस निकलते वक्त उसको देखते देखते घर आते हैं. आसपास क्या चल रहा है कुछ नहीं पता. दैट बॉय, अब बोलोगे यार उस समय मोबाइल क्यों? बिल्कुल थे. 2013 में मोबाइल फोन्स थे. 2013 में तो स्मार्टफोन्स भी थे. He saw that there's a tire that is burning and there is a lot of pollution that is happening, and he thought about कि इसका कुछ करना चाहिए. Observe and inquire. अपने आसपास देखो. देखो और सिर्फ देखो कि क्या हो रहा है. I'm not saying that you should try and devise an idea or design an idea right now. No. First, develop the quality of observation. See what is happening. Inculcate patience. This is something which is very, very important. Very, very important. You know, when I finished my PhD and I gave my defended my PhD thesis through a viva, my external examiner was he asked me a question. So in the end, I would like to ask you the last question: what have you learned from your PhD? And I told him the only thing that I have learned is patience. रिजल्ट आता है किसी चीज का, इट टेक्स टाइम. यू हैव टू बी पेशेंट. अच्छा चलो मुझे बताओ, कितने लोगों ने दही जमाया है? दही जमाया किसी ने? कितने लोगों ने जमाया? जल्दी से बताओ, फटाफट. हाथ उठा के भी बता सकते हो. किससे ने नहीं जमाया? तो मगर जवाब नहीं दोगे तो मैं आगे नहीं जाऊंगा. बताओ, दही जमाया किसी ने?
Yes, sir.
बेटा, पॉइंट इज हम दही जमा ही नहीं सकते. दही अपने आप जमता है. आप सिर्फ उसमें सीड डाल सकते हो और उसके बाद आपको उसे छोड़ना पड़ता है. कभी किसी दिन ट्राई करना कि दूध में तुम सीड डालो और उसके सामने खड़े होकर उसको जोर जोर से चिल्लाओ, उसको मोटिवेट करो. जम जम, जल्दी जम जा, देख, आई विश यू कैन, आई नो यू कैन डू दिस, बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ. 10 मिनट में जम जाएगा तू. नहीं होगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. इट विल टेक इट्स ओन टाइम. You have to be patient. There's a difference between patience and laziness. I see n number of people, I know n number of people who hide themselves behind laziness, giving it a name patience. No, don't do that. Learn as many skills as you can. बेटा, इसका कोई तोड़ नहीं है. ठीक है, learn as many things as you can. ठीक है, कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि आपको इमीडिएटली उसका रिजल्ट कुछ दिखे, आपको पता हो कि आप इसका क्या करोगे. रिमेंबर ऑल दिस फॉन्ट्स दैट यू आर सीइंग, यू नो, व्हाट कैन यू डू, ये सबके फॉन्ट्स है ना. ये फॉन्ट्स हमें किसने दिए थे? ये फॉन्ट्स हमें किसने दिए थे? किसको पता है? किसको पता है किसने दिए फॉन्ट्स?
स्टीव जॉब्स.
Arifa ma'am, you are been there and done that, na? So yes, Steve Jobs. Or Steve Jobs could do this only because he studied calligraphy at some point in time. And when he studied calligraphy, when he practiced calligraphy, he had no idea what is he going to do with this. And when they were designing the Apple, everything came back to him and he designed these fonts. Research and develop a mission, develop a vision. ठीक है, क्या करना चाहते हो अपनी लाइफ को? लुक एट योर लाइफ 20 years down the line, 15 years down the line. Imagine that life. Have a vision. कोई भी नई चीज पता लगे उसके बारे में जानो, रिसर्च करो. आजकल एक एड आ रहा है टीवी पे, है ना. बच्चन साहब ही सेज, he asks a question कि इन 4 चीजों में जीपीएस टेक्नोलॉजी किसमें है? And the lady who is sitting there, she says 2000 का नोट. I mean, this was an information that was shared on many social media platforms, even news platforms. Don't just believe things. Research करो. Practice empathy. जब तक आप एम्पैथी प्रैक्टिस नहीं करोगे तब तक एंटरप्रेन्योरशिप का डेवलपमेंट होना मुश्किल है. So with this, I come to the end of my session, and I open this up for any questions, any comments, any feedbacks, any something that is going in your mind, you want to share that with everyone, I open this up. Okay, you can. If there are no immediate questions, I'm sure when you go through this, when you recapitulate this, and then you will come across the questions, and you can direct them to Arifa ma'am, and she can get back to me with this. Well, I have a comment from Hasib Badr. A lot of takeaways from his. Oh, thank you so much. I'm so glad you liked it. Thank you. Okay, there are a lot of things. A very interesting and informative session. Thank you. Thank you so much, Tahira. Thank you so much. Any good books that you would suggest that we read? I'm sure. Arifa madam is the right person to do this, to suggest books. Look at her background. Those I would just kill or die to be at that background. She's got an amazing number of books. Okay, very nice insights. Thank you, Shahanur. Is it necessary for someone to have all the qualities to be an entrepreneur, or is it the other way around? Excellent question, Hasib. No, every entrepreneur does not have all those qualities. These are some qualities that develop as you walk the path of entrepreneurship. But there are some basic things that you should have to start entrepreneurship. And that is what we spoke about. We spoke about a vision. We spoke about empathy. We spoke about courage. Most of the time, कोई business या कोई entrepreneurial initiative fail क्यों हो जाता है? It is lack of courage and lack of patience, lack of discipline. ये कुछ qualities हैं जो basic necessary हैं, जिनको हम develop करके we can start walking the path of entrepreneurship, and other qualities they develop on their own. Almas, thank you so much. Firoz, thanks a lot. Okay. Thank you so much. I'm glad you liked it. I'm glad there are some takeaways from this. Yeah, okay. Fine. Arifa ma'am, over to you.
Of course, sir. Thank you so much. It was definitely an enlightening and insightful session, as everybody has already given this feedback. There are quite a few takeaways. Definitely, if there are a few questions or some thoughts that come up in their minds, they will communicate to me, and I will surely come back to you.
Definitely.
Take a suggestion. And we may, decide upon having another session where we can clear out all these doubts as well.
Yes.
So I would like to thank you so much, sir, for sparing your time and giving away such good points to all of us regarding entrepreneurship, because many of them think of it, but they are always in a doubt how to start. So I'm sure with this session, we've got quite a few pointers through which we can at least start thinking upon some ideas. Looking around us, I believe that is one very, very important point, because many a times it is said that it is right under our feet and we are not able to see it. So if we see that, we can go ahead to become successful entrepreneurs. And that is where the world is going now, especially India. And that is what Mahdi Bagh Youth Club is also looking forward to motivate youngsters. Why youngsters? People of all ages to think about an innovative idea and innovate. So that is what the basis is all about. Thank you so much once again, sir. I would like to thank the GB members, the president of Mahdi Bagh Youth Club, the secretary, everybody for giving us this chance to bring up a session on entrepreneurship and carry this legacy forward of building the skills of youngsters and as many people who wish to join. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining in and being such great motivators throughout the session, giving your inputs and asking questions. So that was great. Thank you all once again. Have a
Absolutely.
lovely evening.
Arifa ma'am, the pleasure was all mine.
Thank you, sir.
I was so thankful for, thankful to you for giving me this opportunity and in involving me in this. And thank you everyone who listened to me patiently. It's not easy to sit through a session for almost 2 hours. So thank you all. Thank you very much. And thank you, Arifa ma'am.
So before I go, just a personal thing that I would
Yes.
like to share.
Yes.
When I met Sir, I didn't know much about him, but one thing that I got to know, which really impressed me, was that he has met Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam.
Oh,
And then
yes.
I ran after him and I said, sir, please tell me what was your experience talking to him, seeing him work. And I still carry that memory. So to say goodbye for this evening, I just want you to share that one moment you shared with him.
Oh,
and then we
yes.
can say goodbye.
Dr. Kalam was, I did have the opportunity or the good fortune to work with him for some time. Not directly, but yes, we were working in 2 different teams. I remember the first time when I saw him, I was called at DRD Gwalior for a session on Vertox lab. They have a lab called Viral Toxicology Lab. I'm basically a microbiologist and biotechnologist, so and an expert on a few things. So I was talking to the scientists there. I was on the stage and I saw a very thin man come in from behind, and he sat at the last in the last row, and he looked like Dr. Kalam. I was a little skeptical. Ki Dr. Kalam hai, kaun hai? Okay. And then as I was talking, he got up and he raised his hand. Look at that man. He is the Director General of DRD. Look at the humbleness of that man. He stood up and he raised his hand that I want to ask a question. He came back. He came inside and sat on the last row. कोई और डायरेक्टर हो, कोई हो तो लोग खड़े हो जाएंगे, उसको बुलाएंगे, आगे बैठेंगे, गुलदस्ता देंगे, ये पता नहीं क्या-क्या करेंगे. But none of that happened. He just came in and sat in the last row, the Director General of that entire organization is asking me a permission to ask a question, and that blew my head. He spoke to me, he asked a question. I remember I thought on that for 5 seconds and that answered his question in 10 seconds. And then he smiled. He smiled and he waved his hand. He said, okay, gentlemen, please carry on. I will see you later. और इतना क्या क्या वो बाहर चले गए. जाने के बाद मैं उनसे मिला थोड़ा सा. We decided कि what is it that we want to do. And then उसके बाद में he moved to the presidential chair. And उसके बाद मेरी कभी मुलाकात नहीं हुई. मैं इतना बड़ा आदमी नहीं हूँ कि भारत के president के साथ बैठ के चाय पीऊँ. So he moved to the president's chair. And then उसके बाद मेरी कभी उनसे मुलाकात नहीं हुई. लेकिन that small thing left a lasting impression on me. It has changed and impacted my personality to a large extent. Thank you, Arifa ma'am, for asking me to share this. I very proudly, very humbly share this with everyone that I know. Thank you.
So the story still, it brings goosebumps to me once whenever I hear this or think about it. So
Yes.
Thank you so much, sir, for sharing that. And I think that is a wonderful note to say goodbye to all of you. Thank you so much, each and every one of you, for joining. And we will be having many more such skill development sessions in this year coming up. We'll be sharing the information time to time, and I hope each one of you will be excited to join. Do join us. Thank you so much, sir, once again.
Thank you. Thank you.